So students, today we are going to continue the same topics in the chapter, but of course we are going to do some more things. Last time, whatever we have done, I am not going to revise it because you know that we have only two classes in the week and I need to cover the whole chapter. If you want to know anything once again, if you want to see anything, you can go through the video. The video is given to you for the last topic. So I will go ahead. I am not going to revise how the pen tool or the brush tool will work, how you can make twin motion in an object, how you can make twin motion in a text. Rather, I am going to just explain you the new ones, the new topics. Come towards this one, free transform rotation. Remember, I had told you how to rotate, but I am not going to revise it because it will take time. I have already explained these things. Okay. So, what you can do if you find any problem, just go through the video. Normally it happens that you people don't give time to the lesson. You need to revise if you want to be expert. You need to revise. One thing is there, you are studying for your marks, fine, you are studying for your marks to get marks in your paper, fine, but this is basically a practical tool that is very helpful to you. So try to build some interest in it and try to make it a hobby. Do it at your spare time, then you will be able to learn a lot. Now come towards the next thing which is given on your books, page number 103. It is gradient transform tool. Gradient transform tool is basically the tool. I am going to read it first so that the reading should be complete. After you have applied a gradient to an object, you can transform the gradient by adjusting its size, direction, or center. To modify the gradient fill of an object, first select the gradient transform tool, then click on the object that is filled with the gradient. Okay. So what we are going to do, we need to understand basically the gradient fill and gradient transform tool. This is a tool which is available over here. Let me show you. If the complete stage is not visible to, what we will press Control 2, then the complete stage will be visible to you. Let me draw an object. I am drawing it without any stroke, without any line with it. So when I first select it, I go to this. Okay, you can see this icon will be there for the gradient tool. How we can select this type of color, you can see over here some different options are there. This is basically called the gradient fill. Gradient fill is the fill when you are filling the object with multiple colors. Okay, so we have filled the object with the gradient fill. Now what we need to do, we have to apply, we have to, if you want to change it, we can go and we can change this gradient fill from here. If you want to change some other colors, we can. Now this is basically the gradient transform tool. Now when I will click on this gradient transform tool, you can see that when I clicked on it, so now the gradient transform is available. Now if I stretch it, so you see that the colors are being changed. When I am stretching it, the colors are being changed. How the colors are being changed? Because first I filled it from this option, gradient colors. Then I selected this tool. Keep in mind this tool. It is available with the free transform tool, gradient transform tool. So when I selected it with this tool, then it will work. First select this. First fill the color. Number one, fill the color first. then go to the gradient fill, and then when you will move it, so you will be able to see that different multiple colors are there which are being applied to it. All the students will keep their cameras closed. So how it works, I have explained you the gradient transform tool. Now come towards the linear gradient. An object filled with a linear gradient looks as shown over here. Can you see that this is linear? When we are talking about linear fill, so we can stretch it from left or right side. Rotational handler is also available. Can you see this? This is rotational handler. You can make the rotation using it. An object filled with a linear gradient looks as shown. Notice the boundary and around the object. The line on the right has a rotation handle and a adjustable handle. Basically, we are talking about this thing. Can you see this round shape? This is basically the round shape. If you move it, can you see this? This is the round shape. So if whatever color you have taken, so you can see that. Let me increase its size as well. How will we increase the size? Using free transform tool, you can increase the size. Remember last time we had done this thing using free transform tool. We can increase the size. Okay. Now I take this gradient fill. Can you see this? This is the rotation symbol and this is the normal color symbol. We can change the colors in it inside. This is the rotation symbol using which we can move it in this way according to our requirement. So this is how we can handle and we can adjust it. You can change the gradient fill in any of the following ways. To reposition the center point of the gradient fill, click and drag the center point. You will be able to drag the point only after the color changes to a 4 arrow cursor pointing left and right, up and down. Bring the cursor to the circular handle at the center point for this to happen. If you see that, can you see this central circle? Central circle is there. So if you click it, so you can change it here and there in this way. Can you see this? What is going on? Inside color is being changed. Can you see this? Notice this. If I bring it here or there, we can move it left or right accordingly, and this gradient will be changed accordingly. If you want to make red hair more and hair less, so you can do this in this way. And what will this arrow will do? It will bring the number of colors from left to right according to your requirement, and rotation will rotate it whatever kind of rotation is there that you want to make. So there are basically 3 points. Number one, this central point which is there to make the colors here and there left to right. Number two things that is very important, this arrow to bring the color closer to each other or to stretch the colors to left and right. And this rotation symbol is there. Can you see this rotation symbol? You can move it, you can rotate it according to your will. These all options are available. Now I have explained you all these things which is there in this picture. To change the width of the gradient fill, drag the width adjustment handle. Width adjustment handle, as I have told you, that arrow button is basically the width and adjustment. Can you see this in this diagram? Rotational handler, this is the rotational handle. This is the arrow button that I explained you, handle adjustment handle. And central point, I have told you, this is the central point as I have explained you. Okay. So now this thing is clear that I have already explained you. And how can you change the size of the object? By free transform tool. Come to the radial gradient. When you select the gradient transform tool and click on an object filled with a radial gradient, it looks as shown in the adjacent figure. Notice the ellipse around the object. What is meant by gradient transform tool we have learned, but now we are talking about what is meant by radial gradient. Normal gradient is basically horizontal in the form of bars. Radial gradient, what will happen in the radial gradient, how we are going to make it, how we are going to do this change. So what we need to do, when you select the gradient transform tool and click on an object filled with a radial gradient, it looks as shown in the figure. So let me draw some object. If I draw an object and it is filled with the with this color. Okay. So when you select the gradient transform tool and click on an object filled with a radial gradient, it looks as shown in the figure. Notice that the ellipse around the object is will be there, as in the case of a linear gradient. You can drag the center point to adjust the center of the gradient. You can also drag the adjustment handles to change the size or radius of the gradient. Okay. Right now in my software, the radiant means when it is from the circle, it is not working as properly as I am expecting. So this option we will accomplish. I will have to explore this thing because in this version I am not able to find out the option of centralized gradient, but the horizontal and vertical gradient is there, but I am unable to have this option to apply the centralized gradient on it. So we will just read this topic from here, but we would like to explore it further on because this command is not visible right now over here. Okay. Anyway, we move ahead and I will explain you this thing, but that how can we make it in the form of a circle. Changing color or transparency of an object. This is very important thing. In class 6 the flash was also there. You learned how to convert a drawing into a symbol and store it in a folder called library. You know that an instance is an occurrence of a symbol. Each time you insert a symbol in a movie, you create instance of that symbol. So we can modify the color properties of particular instance or change its brightness or transparency using which tools. What are the steps to do this? So use the selection arrow tool to select an instance of the symbol. For example, we have got one object. Let me draw one object over here. Let's suppose if I draw one polygon over here and I give it some color. Okay, fine. Now, how we are going to do this? Use the selection tool to select an instance of the symbol. To change the color, click the drop-down menu arrow for color in the properties inspector. To change the color. To change the color, click the drop-down menu arrow for color in the properties inspector window. Choose tint and change the percentage. A higher percentage gives a higher color and a lower percentage gives you a lower color. Now you can see this. this thing over here, just like some flowers are drawn over here in this image. And what we need to do, we have to select the instance, and when we will select the instance, the properties will be visible to you over there in the property palette. The property palette will appear at the bottom. Can you see this? This is the property palette. These are the properties which will appear at the bottom. Here are the options of color, tint, and alpha. These options will appear over here. So what we are going to do right now, these options are not there because the objects that we have got are basically objects. These are not symbols. So what we are going to do, we will take a new file. Okay, let me draw something using brush tool. Okay, let me take red color from here, or let me draw some tree like structure. Okay, if I have drawn this thing, this is basically a separate object that I draw. Now you can see that this is basically the object. When you have got an object, you will see its properties are there, which are at the bottom of the object. Right click on the object and convert it to symbol. Convert it to a graphic. Okay. So when you will see that there are some options now available over here. Color, in the color you can see that none, brightness, tint, alpha, advanced. Now these are being appeared. When you are clicking it, when you are clicking this object, whatever you have drawn, when you are clicking this object, you can see this object, that that particular object has got these options. Now what are the options that we need to select? First, select the instance, select tint. What is meant by tint? When we select it, I go to the tint option, so it will be comparatively lighter. It is basic, it happens in the tint option. Now if I select it, if I change it to the color brightness, so it will come to its original position. If I select and if I say alpha, so it will be comparatively changed. So you have to apply such kind of things. Basically these are the color related options. Okay, now if I say tint, and in tint, I am saying it is 50% or even less, I am saying 20%. Fine, so 20% it has been faded. But if I say, let's suppose 80%, now you can see that it is very fade, so much fade, because I have changed it, the tint option up to 80%. The tint option has been changed up to 80%. That's why. Are you getting this thing? If I change it to 90%, it will be more lighter. Okay. If I change it to the 20%, then it will be darker. But if I change it to the 0% or normal position, then it will be in its original position. So this is how we can apply the tint option with the different percentages as discussed over here, that whenever we are going to apply, this is basically called the transparency. How we are applying the transparency to the object that we are drawing. Whatever the object is there that we are drawing, what we are doing, we are applying a transparency with it. We are making it transparent, less transparent, then more transparent, then more transparent, and then if we make it even more, let's suppose if I make it 90%, so you can see that it is hardly visible. But if I make it 95%, you won't be able to see it even. Okay, even object is there, but you are not able to see this object. If I make it 50%, so it is half visible and it is half light. Okay, this is how these properties work. All the other properties that we have discussed, width and height is there, its position is there, where we have placed it according to the x-axis and y-axis. RGB colors are there, that we are using 255 color scheme right now. So this is how we are going to deal with an object We can do this thing with any of the objects. We can draw any object and we can do this thing. Okay, let's suppose if I draw, and then if I draw a flower or something, so then we can apply this. So I have explained you this property panel which is there, property window. This is basically the complete property window that we have discussed over here, that we can change the color. Even right now what we are taking white color, but we can change it to the red color as well. Okay, so if it is red color, and then we are changing the, so you can see that the background color that we have taken, so it will be changed accordingly, because the color is not moving from green to white, but the color is moving from green to red. Between the green and red, if I say 50%, so it will be basically brown. So normally to make the object transparent, we take here white color, so that the transparency should be that much visible that we can understand. Now come towards the next thing, which is grouping outlines and outlines and fill. How we can make different outlines and we can draw different objects. When you draw an object, say a rectangle or a circle, Flash creates two objects. One is the outline and the other is the fill. As I had told you that whenever we are drawing, their outline is there. Normally we take the outline red bar because we don't want to have the outline. And then we take the fill color according to our requirement. To move the object to a new position, you need to select both the fill and the outline. But if the outline is not there, so then this problem will not be there. But if the outline is there, you need to group it. How we are going to group it? How we can make different objects grouped? For example, now please pay attention and see this example that I am going to explain you. If on a new file, I am going to explain you one thing, that okay, if you see that if I take some red color border is there, green color object is there, and I am going to draw one polygon. Can you see this? Can you see this? The red color border is also there. So red color border is there, and this is basically an object which is drawn already. Okay. So now you can see that the object is basically an outline. So if you want to join the outline, so that the outline should not be separate with it. Okay, what we can do over here, normally what happens, normally the outline is separate and the object is separate, because if I move the object, the outline will be there left. So what we are going to do, we will select both of them. We will right click on it. And what we are going to do, we are going to make it, convert it to symbol. So then it will be joined. When we will convert it to symbol and we will say it is a graphic, so it will be joined. Now it is joined. Now whenever you are moving it, it will move with its outline. It will move with its outline. In this way, we can make the things joined. Let's suppose take another example. If I'm making a rectangle over here without any outline, I'm drawing a rectangle in green color. Okay, this is the rectangle. If I want to make it, you know, let me break it apart. Okay, this is in green color. If I want to make a copy of it, how can I do this? How can I do this? I can make a copy. I will bring it here. I will keep press the control button. It will create a copy. I take it in, for example, in red color. I change its color to red. I bring it here. I press control and then I release mouse. If another copy is created, let's suppose I take in blue color or yellow color. Then again I bring it here and press control and make one copy, and I change this color to blue. Now these are multiple objects and I want to join these objects. What I can do? I want to make it single object by joining them. How can I do this job? I am placing it in this way. Now I want these should move with simultaneously. It should become one object. I will select it in this way. Using selection tool, I will select it. I will right click on it. I will convert it to symbol. Graphic. Okay. Now this is a single object. Can you see this? This is a single object. Even if you apply a free transform tool and if you change its length and breadth, the length and breadth will be changed accordingly. Even if you make its copies, so then the copies will be made and you can change the size will be changed accordingly. Are you getting this thing? So this is how we can apply. This was basically the topic, that how we can join different objects. So this is how we can join the border or stroke with the fill color. We can join different objects with each other. So this is the thing that I have told you. In order to join, we can also use the shortcut command Control G. To break apart, in order to separate them, if you want to separate them, what will you do? You will right click on it. Listen, you will right click on it and you will click on break apart. Break apart will separate them. Once again, these will be separate, but now you can see that the color has been cut over here from. Okay, so in this way we can make them separate as well. How? By right clicking and by going to break apart. Break apart is opposite to the convert to symbol. Break apart is opposite to the convert to symbol. Okay, so I think, and I suppose that you have got this point clearly. Okay, let me mark the attendance. We have got Abila Ali to Mariam Tariq and up to Khadija. Okay, now come to the next thing. Working with the text, how we can draw the text, how we can type the text, what are the things which are related to the text. Let me take a new file over here. How we can draw a text. Click on T, type here. Let's suppose I am typing Pakistan School Muscat. It is basically a single object right now. If you want to change the font style, font design, you can go there and you can change, you can check any of the color scheme, good color scheme, whatever you want to have. You want to change the size, you can. You want to increase the size, you can. Can you see these options which are there related to the text? See that what are the options in the property window right now? What are the options which are there in the property window? We have got font design, we can change from here. We have got font size, we can increase or decrease this bar to change the font size. Okay, right now I have taken 45. When I click it, but these properties will only appear when you will click it. Bold, if you want to apply bold, italic. Okay, center align, left align, right align, all the options are there related to these. If you want to change the color, you can from here. Okay, even you can change it from here, but you can change it also from here when the property panel is there. Okay, so you can change the color even according to your will. So these all options are there related to the this is basically normal size. You can apply the superscript or subscript as well. Subscript, it will be lower, superscript will be upper, and then normal is normal. Normal, we have taken the normal. Okay, dynamic and input, basically these are different types, but right now we are concerned with its style, bold, italic, underline, size, left, right, align, justified, and these all options that we have discussed, its color. Now this is basically a single object. Can you see this? This is a single object. If you want to make P separate, A separate, K separate, S separate, we will have to do what? We will have to do break apart, break it. If I break it, now can you see this? All the objects have been broken. Can you see this? All the objects have been broken. Now P is separate, A is separate, K is separate, I is separate, S is separate. But even it is basically a separate object. Even it is a separate object. These all are the separate objects. So in your book, it is written that if you want to do this, so what you are going to do, you are going to apply break apart on it. So they all will be separate. But keep in mind why we are making them separate. This is the property window I have already explained you. Why we are making them separate, converting text into basic shapes. Now we have changed them separately, but if you apply the break apart once again, then they will be converted to the basic drawing objects. Okay, right now these are text objects. Now if I select it once again, and if I right click on it and I click the break apart once again, matlab do dafa, two times. Once I converted it, so all the letters are separate. And now secondly, now these have become, can you see this dotted net in it? Now these are changed. Why? This is not a text now. This is basically a drawing now. This is not a text, but a drawing now. You don't see any text property panel over here. Text window property window is not there now. Now if I click on it, so what can I do? I can change I can make different changes in it. Let's suppose if I want to make the color, if I want to apply some different color on it, I can. Okay, because all the objects which are there now are basically the different objects. So when we have got these different objects, so in these different objects, what we are going to do, we are basically going to do, we're going to apply these options. So these are basically the separate options, simple separate graphics. These are basic drawings, not text. This is not a text now. It has been applied two times break apart, so this is not a text now. And even you can bring the p over here by selecting it. You can change its position. You can bring it here. You want to make change in it, you can do the change. Okay, you want to do some change in it, you can apply some different options to it. You want to do, let's suppose this is m. If I bring it using free transform tool, I change its size. Now see, it is a graphic. Now what I can do, if I change this selection toolbar, if I bring this toolbar to the outline, I can make it a curve. It is being converting to curve. I can change its position, change its shape. Can you see this? How do I am doing this? Why? Because now this is not a text. It is a graphic. It is a drawing. So in the drawing, you can make changes. Now I have changed the shape of the M in this way. Can you see this? So it's basically it's up to you how whatever change is there that you want to make, whatever thing is there that you want to do with some particular text. Let's suppose this is S. I want to resize it. I will take free transform tool. I will resize it if I want to make some change in it. So I can change it according to my will. At the corner, I am bringing my mouse. When it is converting to angle symbol, I am changing it. Even I can change it as I want to change. Okay. So basically, it's up to us. Okay, but how we are going to convert these different letters into different kind of things. So practically, I have explained you this lessons video is very important for you. Keep in mind. If you select it, if you go to change the color, you can. Okay, select and go to the colors and apply some color to it. You will be able to do this. Now, animating text with timeline effects. Last time I had already explained you how you can change, how you can make twin motion. Remember, last time I explained you the twin motion, and it was already written in this document as well that we did. Yes, we did the twin motion. I explained you the twin motion. So now the topic over here in this book is there that Flash provides built-in template effects that you can create animations by simply selecting a view option, few options. You can apply effects like fade in, fade out, explore, explode. These are basically built-in options that you can apply on it. Any object. First, you need to make your drawing strong. Okay. Now our class time is about to over, but about to over. But I would recommend that you should apply some you know drawings at your home so that you may have good practice of all these things. Inshallah, we will also accomplish the exercise as well, and I will give you the exercise of the lesson, inshallah, today or in the next class, inshallah. I will give you so that this chapter should be completed. I hope you are studying at home and you are giving time to your studies, and try to make it a hobby. Try to learn it with like a game, and don't consider it as a burden. Just give some time to it. It will give you a lot. You can make animations for your social media pages, for your Facebook, and I will show you how you can do a number of things in it. Fine. Thank you so much, all of you. I could not take the questions from you, but inshallah, next time when you will do practice, note down your questions. Okay, note down your questions and ask me the questions in the next class. Thank you so much, all of you.